Friends, today we are going to discuss one of the most powerful, most misunderstood and most litigated legal instrument in India. The general power of attorney. This video is not just for advocates and law students, but every citizen, because GPA affects property rights, court proceedings and even family disputes. I, Advocate B.S. Srinivas Rao of RPS Law Associates LLP, welcome to this free legal awareness YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain the latest laws, amendments and Supreme Court judgments so that you get clarity once and for all. Now, we are going to discuss the General Power of Attorney, GPA, completely legal mastery. RPS Law Associates LLP, protecting your voice and rights. What is GPA? Authority by principle. GPA is an authority by principle, agent to act on principle behalf. On behalf of the principle, the agent will act. It is recognized by Power of Attorney Act 1882 and Indian Contract Act 1872. Under 3, Rule 1, 2 CPC, recognized agent may appear, apply and act for parties. Used for property, banking, litigation and management action. What are the types of power of attorney? GPA. General power of attorney. That is, in general, you can add per acting so many activities, that is banks, house, court, litigations, family litigations, management of the property and etc. Everything, even if you are going to maintain the houses for rent, for giving the rent and collecting the rent, not for selling, everything you are going to add in general power of attorney in once. Special power of attorney means only one transaction, that is one power of attorney you are giving for the representing in court for particular only one case, in that case only, or you are giving the for taking the loan from the bank for that property only, or any one act, specifically act what you are going to show, that is called as a special power of attorney. Now, power of attorney GPA, compulsory registration is necessary. Without registration, the general power of attorney is not considered by the courts. Irrevocable GPA. Revocable GPA and irrevocable GPA. What is the meaning of revocable and irrevocable? GPA, when you are given to one person, you may take any time, take back. That is called as revocable. Irrevocable means once if you are executed the GPA, it is not possible to cancel the GPA. That is irrevocable. I will tell you how it is irrevocable in GPA. In irrevocable GPA means when you are going to execute one GPA, you must show some concentration and interest in that party who is the GPA holder. There should be couple of interest in the that matter, then only it is revocable and the consideration must also be passed. Even general GPA, when executed to some person, after death of the executor, the automatically general GPA is cancelled. If it is irrevocable GPA, then it is not possible to cancel. Litigation GPA, under 3 CPC for court appearance and act. Registered and irrevocable GPA core rules. What are the rules when you are registered and irrevocable GPA? Registration mandatory for the property conveyancing power in many states. The registration is compulsory, mandatory. Present consideration, agency coupled with interest. Section 202 ICA together to revoke. When coupled interest is there, then it is not possible to cancel the GPA. Tapping registration defects can weaken enforceability. Cure promptly. When you are going to execute the GPA, you must pay the proper stamp duty in the sub-register office as per the valuation what they are fixed in the areas. Keep specified signature, photo, identity, annexes with GPA. You are also mentioning the Aadhaar card number and other details. That is clear who is given the executor of the GPA and who is holder of the GPA. That should be clearly mentioned. Now, GPA holder, when you are giving to one GPA for specific case to deal with the court of general property, in that also you have to mention that concern to this property, any litigations is there, you must attend and plead defense and whatever it may be, all the acts you have to done on behalf of executor. In that purpose, when GPA holder is filed the representation in the court, he is having the rights by feeding application affidavits for the principal's order 3 of CPC, 1 and section 1 and 2 of the section, order 3 of the CPC, you can appear application affidavits for the principal. Conduct steps. Next, filing, receiving notice, producing documents. Also, you can use this one. Cross-examination on matters within your personal knowledge and acts done by you. At hearing, seeks leave to argue under section 32 of Advocates Act. Because what happens when GPA holder is not having much of knowledge to argue the matter and submission, then the court is giving according to see the nature of the GPA holder, they are giving the permission to file, argue and other things. Even in High Court, earlier directly GPA holder is representing in the High Courts also. But now in the some states of in the High Courts, they are formed a committee. GPA holder, when they are going to represent personally in the High Courts, they must first appear before the committee, because the committee will examine whether he is capable to argue the matter in the High Courts or you know the procedure. That one only they are setting the committee. If he is eligible, then they are allowing to 14% to argue, file in the High Courts also. Because if directly earlier they are allowing to cross the witnesses and their argument and to file the documents in the court, if they don't know the procedure, the court will wasting the lot of time to conduct the case. So that purpose, the committee is formed in so many High Courts. The party in person, before appearing the court, they must appear before the committee. After the committee opinion, they must appear and to continue their arguments and submissions in the High Court also. The key Supreme Court judgments and essentials, what are that? In Harishankar Raswagi or Giridhar Sharma, 1978 to SCC 165, court discretion to allow non-advocates to plead. See, earlier already I told that because with non-advocates means then that public who has taken a GPA holder, if they don't know the procedure and they don't know the how to cross the witness and how to argue the matter, in that case the court is discretionary power to allow non-advocates to plead. In TC Mathia and DS D&SJ 1999 3 SCC 614 GPA cannot plead as of right, needs court sanction, because as earlier I told that every person they cannot go and plead in the courts, because they have to know the rules and regulations and procedures. In AC Narayana versus State of Maharashtra 2014 11 SEC 790, GPA with transaction knowledge may be deposit cross, because I told that the party irrevocable GPA in that party is involved in the matter also, that is a transaction of the amount, and also personally their couple of interest, then only what they are doing your knowledge they can depose and cross. In Krishna versus State of Karnataka AR 1987 SC, denials of cross examination violates natural justice. Even in Supreme Court also clearly explained that simply denial of cross examination violates the natural justice. Hence, court is having discretionary power whether he is capable to argue and represent the case, then the court is allowed to cross examinations. Hence, unnecessary denial of cross examination violates natural justice. Next, we come to the advocates. What is the role of advocates when GPA? In general, advocates cannot be taken as a GPA holder, because that is professional ethic. But other than that, when he is involved in personal discourse or personal appearance, that is couple of interest, then only he can take as a GPA. An advocate who is a GPA holder must appear as a party in person, not as a counsel. Because when you advocate, where he is having couple interest, that is consideration passing and also possession and other matters, what is interested in couple position, then you can take as a GPA holder. Because advocate cannot give the witness, but GPA holder is not that. GPA holder can give the witness, can cross the witness, argue the matter, and also they can plead with the permission of the court, Advocate Act 32 of the Advocate Act. If you want representation, brief and independent act. Suppose if you want any advocate, they can represent any other advocate. In Muthu Krishna Register versus Register General 2016 SEC 440, it is also clearly explained. Advocate can act only one role, not both as a party in person and also as a wakalat. Regarding this, Supreme Court has also given clear clarification. If you are advocate as a GPA holder, you are appearing as a party in person GPA holder, then the court may allow you to act, file, cross-examine and argue, but strictly on the leave of the court under Section 32 of Advocate Act. When you are advocate, court generally they grant the permission for filing, cross-examination and argue, because you know the procedure and also filing the method, everything. You cannot simultaneously file a wakalatam as an advocate in the same case. When you are arguing and presenting and cross-examination, everything they are doing in a party in person, in that same case, you should not file the wakalatam. When you are filing wakalatam and also appearing as a party in person, it will create as a dual role, which is SP, Supreme Court is arbitrator. Hence, you can act only party in person when you are appearing as a GP holder. Or if you want to appear as an advocate, you must file a vakalatam signed by the principal. In that case, you appear purely as a counsel, not as a GP, 14%, but not both roles. If you are appearing GPA as a 14% and simultaneously you don't file the vakalatam in the same case, it will create a dual role. Now you can clearly understand, I think, the meaning of the dual roles. When your advocate is become a 14%, because you know the procedure, argument and filing the written arguments or whatever it may be the concern to the case, you know the knowledge, legal knowledge. Hence, the court may allow you to act while cross-examine and argue, but strictly on the leave of the court under section 32 of the Advocate Acts. This is very important for the advocates who are going to appear as a GP holder. Unless scopal interest in the property, no advocates can take GPA holder. Latest courts and evidential points 2003, Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023, section 57 and 60, section 57 and 58, the registered power of attorney, that is registered GPA, is admissible. If the section 103 of the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam says the burden of proof is on the opposer of the GPA. It clearly, Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 57 and 58 Acts, the registered power of attorney is admissible. BNSS, Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Sanhita and Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita do not affect CPC GPA mechanics. Civil side continues under CPC and Contract Act. Certified copies of GPA are admissible. Keep original for inspection. To appear without delay, when you are a GPA holder, file memo of appearance, order 3 CPC, section 1 and 2, you are having rights to appear, appeal, file and act for the parties. File an affidavit plus annexure certifying of the GPA. File note of submissions, order 3 read with order 18 CPC and section 32 of Advocates Act. When called, seek oral leave to cross and to argue, court can allow immediately. Cross-examination by GPA holders scope. You may cross on transactions you handle, payment, checks, possession, notice. You cannot testify about the principal's private intention, knowledge. Stick to your acts, documents. Keep a short written Q plan. Keep it relevant and non-respect to avoid the corrupts. Property through GPA, caution. This is very important because in order to avoid the stamp duty, they are making a GPA and crores together. They are going to transactions with doing. Nowadays the registration of GPA is compulsory. When the registration is the GPA is compulsory, you have to pay the stamp duty also, and the GPA must be registered under the registered sale deed, and by registering the GPA sale deed, it is not conveys the title deed. For the title deed, you need registration sale deed. That is clearly explained in Suraj Lamp and Industries 2011-14 SCC 729. Use GPA for management, representation, use deed for transfer of owner. See, when you are taking a GPA, it is used for the management of the properties or whatever it may be the other things. But when you are going to buying the properties or transferring the properties, you must go for the sale deed. Register the GPA, use clear specific powers. Annex specimen signatures, ID and photograph of principals and attorney. If money is paid, record through the bank transaction. It is good for because it is a proof, everything it is available. Strengthen the section 202 of protection, that is irrevocable GPA. Keep revocation, expiry conditions, explicitly notification wherever appropriate. Do not use GPA as a sale substitute, avoid benami structures. Do not mix dual roles, GPA, power of attorney holder, appearing party in person, and same case don't file the wakalat advocate in the same case, that is dual role. Do not depose behind your personal knowledge, avoid heresy. Do not file bare IAS that cause delay. If note of submissions, root suffers. Before closing, I want to give one important message for all the general public, because when you are going to make a documents, they are approaching unqualified agents. They are not approaching the advocates, because that agents who are near the sub-registrar, unqualified agents, they are immediately they are doing the any documents, registrations or GPA or whatever it may be, the agreements or anything without any delay, because they are not going to see the legal depth. Suppose if you are going to the advocate will ask all the documents for doing the agreement or whatever it may be your problem for that registration or binding agreement or sale deed. They are asking so many documents because they are going through the all the legalities for your safety. Say if it is delay also, you can approach the everyone advocates regarding any of your documental transaction. It avoids your future complication and peace of mind. Other than that, if you are approached unauthorized agents for making all the documents and other things, in future you are suffering like anything. You are losing crores of hard money what you are invested for taking the property or doing the agreements, other things. That's why kindly all other public persons, you must, when you are going to make any documents, please go through the legal experts, advocates. Share this video so more people avoid GPA mistakes and use the law powerful. RPS Law Associates help protecting your voice and rights. Subscribe for more practical judgments, backed legal guidance. Thank you.
Safest way to buy land. This is Advocate Srinivasara BS. Subscribe now and protect your future legally. Thank you.